I remember I went and I knocked on his door and I looked at him through the window because he was right there, and he looked at me through his window, and then he shut the blinds, and that's when I knew that door-to-door probably was not good for me. But a whole year after that, I launched an offer that did a little over $14,000 in less than 4 weeks. So here's a story as to why I'll never actually go back to door-to-door sales, and it's probably not for the reason that you think. Now, for those of you guys that are first time watching this video, I simply am not here to give you guys a bunch of different edits. I don't have those dopamine hit Iman Gaji edits. I simply just give you guys free game, free value, and something that's absolutely going to change your life. The advice that I give is going to turn your business upside down. It's going to give you more insights. It's going to help you get to the next level. I promise you. So if you watch this video, expect nothing but value. So with that being said, if you're anything like me, you want to be the most efficient towards creating success. You want to simply just expedite your process to making money. You want to expedite your process to building out a solid business. A lot of you guys say you guys are in it for the long run. I'm in it for the long run too, but we want results quickly. We're human. We have to keep stimulated. And with that being said, I started off kind of in this entrepreneurial space. I think it was about 2-ish, 3-ish years ago, reading 50 books in 2022 to 2023. Now, a lot of you guys that are new know that my bookshelf isn't filled out right now because we just moved and I still got to go buy books from parents' house. So a lot of the books are still housed there, but I have some here. And the funny thing about this, I first read Rich Dad, Poor Dad and The Millionaire Fast Lane a few years ago. And everybody's read Rich Dad, Poor Dad and those basic starter books for entrepreneurship. And I realized that I simply wanted to do something different. Now, a lot of you guys think and know that you're destined for more. You just don't know exactly what more is. You might have the business, you might have the side hustle, you might have the ambition, but you're lacking either direction, clarity, or next steps. And so I'm hopefully going to be able to provide that for you guys in this video. And you simply just want to get to the next level. So with that being said, I started a trash can cleaning company that went door to door about 2 years ago. I remember I was a junior in high school. I was a junior in high school. And I thought I was going to make my first $10,000 a month going door to door. And I simply had the postcards or the business cards. I don't even know if I still have them. I probably do. And I priced my services at like $40 a can, went to a nice neighborhood near my neighborhood, and I just started knocking on doors. It was a complete failure. And the reason why it was a failure is because 1, I had no sales skills. 2, I was in a very low leverage opportunity. And 3, I was a commodity. And what I didn't understand about business at the time, and it's going to be some key insights to you, is that if you're constantly having to work and chase and trade your time for money, you don't have a proper business that's ready to scale. Now, I am no expert about scaling businesses. I have not scaled my business past $1 million a month. I am not there yet. I'm telling you guys the journey as we go along, and I'm sharing with you guys key, helpful insights that I wish I knew 6 to 12 months ago that nobody told me. And so this channel is fully devoted to that. Now, I started trading my time for money, which was kind of how you have to start off in a low leverage opportunity as a beginner. So I made a few sales door to door, but it completely failed. Like, I remember there were kids at the door, 4 or 5 kids one time, just looking through the peephole, just like looking at me. And it was just like, they saw me and I didn't even get a chance to open the door and pitch because their mom just called them back or something. And so nobody takes you seriously. And I realized the feeling that I had, I didn't want ever again. I don't like it when people don't take me seriously. And that feeling was something that lit up enough fire under me to have me never want to be able to feel like that again. And so I didn't, for the time being at least. So I started to get smart. I started to figure out ways to make more money passively and actually win. And so I think I signed my first client a little bit after that. After I quit, I threw it all down and I said, look, I packaged my offer into, I think it was sort of an Amazon FBA coaching offer. And so what I wanted to do is, I knew I had some buddies in the space. So I did some trial runs because they had Amazon FBA businesses and they were looking to get into the mentorship space. I knew a little bit about client acquisition. I was starting off in the client acquisition space. So I really had no idea what exactly to do, but I knew the systems and processes that got other people clients. And I thought, well, maybe if I can replicate this, I'll get the exact same results. And honestly worked out 50-50. So the door-to-door sales, what I realized, biggest mistake, was that I was trading my time for my money. Now, I didn't actually think about making this video until I was reading this book. I just picked up this book, Nuclear Effect. It's the 6 Pillars of Building a 7-Figure Plus Online Business by Scott Alford, who has done that multiple different times. And so this book has told me what really taught me, my biggest takeaway, is to share my unique story. Everybody has a unique story. Everybody has a unique value prop. Everybody has a very different path. And so if I can share my door-to-door journey with you guys and tell you guys that I was trading my time for my money, I was selling a commoditized offer, nobody took me seriously, that might help register in your head and make a lot more sense, translate into the online space. Because in person, door-to-door sales in the online space is like running an agency, running a marketing agency. It's over commoditized, nobody takes you seriously, and a lot of people think they can do it on their own. And so with that being said, if I can make these analogies and sort of speak in these parables, it can help you guys understand a little bit better why trading your time for money is bad and why building out leverage systems is gonna be key to taking your business to the next level. It certainly was it for me. So I quit the door-to-door game. I started to get smart. I have written down here, about a year later, I launched my offer with systems and things like that. And we got a little over $14,000 cash collected in under 4 weeks. Now that's nothing crazy. But the key takeaways in how I did this in essence was I learned a high income skill, client acquisition. I spent months refining it. I read books. I became knowledgeable on the topic. I was actually in the trenches, in the cold DMs, running the paid ads, hiring out the team, figuring out where to place people and how to attract people on this YouTube channel to work with me. Now, I remember I first experienced signing one of my first few clients from YouTube, probably about a month after I started my YouTube journey. And I was talking about a book, I think, or I was talking about something, and the client came through one of the lead magnets that we have down below. I have 2 lead magnets. It's a free training showing you guys, if you guys are beginners or looking to actually start a business, I show you guys how to build and scale systems that cannot be replaced by AI that you can then sell to business owners. There's a free training down below. It's absolutely free. Then the second one that I have is a client acquisition audit. So I've gotten pretty good at spotting out the holes and gaps of where you might be missing out on converting clients, whether it's an opt-in page conversion rates or it's in website views or whatever it is, or Instagram, if you're running a social funnel, different things to optimize. I've gotten pretty good at pointing out the blind spots for business owners. And so now I offer that as a free lead magnet. And yeah, I'm trading 5-10 minutes of my time away, but if that's going to start building a good relationship off the bat with a client or with a customer or a future client, especially in today's day and age where authenticity is on the decline, I'm going to do it. It's not going to spend that much time on my end. So those are the 2 lead magnets down below. And I remember he came from one of the lead magnets, I think it was the audit, and he said, I'm dealing with XYZ. When I called him up 5 minutes later and I kind of gave him the audit, and he was like, yeah, I'm dealing with XYZ. I've seen your YouTube content for a while and I've been kind of stuck. I'm looking at getting a proper system implemented to book in more calls. I'm looking at getting a proper system implemented to do XYZ. And I was like, cool. Ran through the system and I signed him. And it was the easiest client I've ever closed. Now, door-to-door sales, if I stuck with the game, and I'm surprised it's been so long to say this, a lot of the door-to-door sales guys would be like, you didn't stick with it long enough. It was going to get easier, but you didn't even train, you didn't even practice, you didn't even do XYZ. And that's true. I didn't want to. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to stick with something to slowly refine it over time when it's such a low leveraged opportunity. Now, the reason why I'm on YouTube is because it's an extremely high leveraged opportunity. Every single video that I make has the ability and opportunity to go viral. And so with that being said, if I'm able to harness that opportunity, I can have much more of an exponential growth with my personal brand and my business as a whole. Now, if I stuck with door-to-door sales, a very low leveraged opportunity, I can only knock so many doors. I can only have so many team members who I hire go out to multiple different neighborhoods and knock and knock and knock and knock and knock and knock. And maybe you knock at most 500 doors a day, 500 to 1,000 doors a day. Wow, isn't that crazy? Now imagine if you upload a YouTube video and you got 100,000 views in 48 hours. It's a lot more doors than you could have knocked. That's a lot more people who actually showed interest in you initially, not you showed interest in them, where they feel targeted, they feel poked, they feel jabbed at, and sales guard is now up. These people watch your YouTube videos, they feel enticed, they feel intrigued, they want to learn. They're on YouTube and watching your video to get education. The reason why you're still watching this video and you haven't clicked off yet is because your brain is actually good. Like, you don't have to be entertained 24/7. You have probably a mature business brain because you're still watching this video. Most people who do not have that ability to sit and watch somebody speak for longer than 8 or 9 minutes should not be in business. Their attention span is too small and they don't have not gonna get into that, but you get the point. And so I first experienced signing my first client from YouTube after I quit door-to-door sales, probably about a year later. And so the biggest thing I can tell you guys, the biggest reason why, the biggest push and pull factor as to why I stopped door-to-door sales is because I was positioned in a low leverage opportunity. I was selling the majority of my time for money, and I was simply just wasting my potential. And wasting my potential is something that I just can't deal with. So then I transitioned into the online space. I learned skills like client acquisition. I learned email copywriting, which then I hired out and delegated to copywriters. I got pretty damn familiar with paid ads, which I then delegated to somebody who runs paid ads, who's been running paid ads for 5 or 6 years. He runs all my paid ads and all my clients' paid ads. I delegated that position. Lead nurture with SMS, go high level. I got very techie and savvy with high level. It's very easy to build up pipelines, but it's very hard to understand the buyer psychology and the buyer stage and not spam your leads, but then not ghost your leads. You have to find a middle ground and the sweet spot as to how to auto follow up, when to follow up, how to follow up. I've gotten really good at that. The sales system and processes as far as VSLs go, YouTube goes, marketing goes, everything like that, I have pretty much dialed into a T. So for the guys that watch my YouTube channel, saw my journey, 2 years ago from doing door-to-door sales to now transitioning into the online space with building out systems for client acquisition, they know that I'm actually doing this stuff. And so it's super, super, super amazing to know that I'm building up my brand and my business in a very competitive space, but I'm creating a blue ocean while I'm at it. And if I can make a name for myself in the client acquisition space, that's going to be very crucial. That's going to be very key to my growth and to my brand as well. Because obviously, if somebody gets very known in the door-to-door selling space, it's like, that's cool. I don't really know a huge door-to-door seller, but I do know a huge, sales trainer. Andy Elliott impacts millions of lives, isn't stuck in the trenches doing door-to-door, and is actually impacting people and educating people and helping people get to the next level because he's done just that. And so the biggest takeaway is to look at what the gurus are doing instead of follow what they are trying to pitch or tell you. That is the biggest advice I can tell you guys. Do not trade your time for a low leverage opportunity like door-to-door sales, unless you're going to build out a huge, massive team and you really enjoy it and you really love it. I didn't love it. I didn't really enjoy it. If you're in the door-to-door sales game, that's good for you. You probably love the hustle, but you probably don't love making that much money. I'm after making thousands of dollars every single day. Thousands upon thousands of dollars every single day through building out systems. And so, with that being said, that's where I'm gonna leave off the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys resonated with a part of my story and actually understand where I'm coming from. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.